Okay. Don't get ready. Be ready. Everybody have a great show. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We are excited about our guest today, and we hope you enjoy what we have for you in store. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Mr. Luke Darabon.
Well, all right, y'all. Come on, get up. Bring your energy because it's time to start the Sisaundra Show.
My band, your band for the culture! Woo!
going to jump right into today's show. Now, recently, there's been a huge debate on social media about the acceptance of tattoos, especially among younger generations. With tattoos becoming more mainstream, questions about cultural shifts, societal impacts, and even the growing interest of children in getting inked have sparked lively discussions. To shed some light on this topic, we have a special guest with us today. He's a renowned celebrity tattoo artist known for his incredible work and unique style. Y'all, please help me in welcoming Ryan Fufa. Woo! Where is Ryan? Where is Ryan? Ryan. Hello there. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Please have a seat. Hey. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Did you see how I added a little French thing to your name?
I did.
How do I say your name, right?
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer?
Yes, ma'am.
Pfeiffer. I was like, Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
I love it.
That
I'm
works.
taking French right now, and everything is French to me.
That works. It
It's
sounds a little
beautiful
better
thing.
your way.
It sounds better that
Yeah,
way?
it
I
sounds
love it. I think everything sounds better with French, right?
Yeah.
So how have you seen the acceptance of tattoos evolve over the years, Ryan?
It's kind of funny because when I first got into it, it was like you were a terrible person if you had tattoos, you know, like you couldn't get a job, your parents, your grandparents, they didn't want to see it. And now, like, some jobs have to hire you regardless. And, you know, like, they're getting away from stereotyping people with tattoos. And I went through it myself. I had a lot of face tattoos, and I got them removed over the years.
Really?
Yeah, because I ventured into a couple of different businesses, and they were like
And you
scared.
need to be able to,
yeah,
yes.
you know. So over the years, I've just seen it change a lot, and I think it's more acceptable with jobs, grandparents.
Really?
It's a lot
Even grandparents
different.
are okay with it?
Yeah, it's a lot different, you know.
I love it. So what are some of the most common stereotypes you've encountered regarding people with tattoos?
You're a criminal, you know.
Really?
Like, yeah, like, you know, people can see you with a lot of tattoos and be scared. They'll go the other direction when you're in the store, or, you know, you just have a bad rep all the way around.
All the way
you know
with
what
the
I mean?
tattoos.
Yeah, yeah.
So why do you get tattoos?
I think tattoos are a great way to express yourself.
And you don't think people can overexpress themselves?
Yes, I was one of them.
You were an overexpresser?
Yeah, I definitely was. I started venturing into it around like 2009. I was right out of high school. I like drawing, and I started getting into it, and I thought like, oh, if I'm gonna be the tattoo man, I need a lot of them. So I was just going crazy.
Oh my goodness, all across your face too.
Everywhere. So now I'm getting a lot of laser removal or like cover-ups and stuff
Get
like that.
out.
So, yeah.
I need to talk to you about that. I got one tattoo and I feel so guilty about it.
Really?
I'm getting ready to get rid of it.
Oh, man.
I'm getting rid of it. So listen, what role do social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok play in influencing children's interest in tattoos? Do you think this influence is positive or negative? Look at this. Is this
Oh,
making
my
Wait.
Okay, he didn't get none on his
Listen.
face though.
It's funny because I travel the country doing conventions, and the conventions, a big promoter is Villain Arts. They do 40, 50 shows a year all over the country, and it's family friendly. They have side shows, and you'll see babies in. They got temporary tattoo booths where you can go get your 2-year-old
For
looking
your
like
baby?
this. Yes.
No.
And you know, because a lot of parents these days are heavily tattooed into it, so they kind of make it a fun thing, you know.
That's interesting.
It washes off, so it's
It washes
good.
off, but it influences. The influence doesn't wash off.
That's
So this
true.
child is gonna grow up feeling like to be included or accepted in the family, I'm eventually gonna have to get permanently inked.
The tattoo community is way bigger than a lot of people see, you know, like these conventions and stuff that I do, you're looking at 1,500, 2,000 tattoo artists in one building
Good
from all over the world, you know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so
That's incredible.
it's-
So every artist has a unique style or specialty. How
Yeah.
would you describe your signature style, Ryan?
I like doing
Oof. Is this
geometric
you?
dot work. Yes, that's me.
You're
realism,
so talented.
black and gray realism. I
Wow.
like to do
Oh,
Japanese.
look at that.
Wow, that's
That's
beautiful.
Yeah, I do a lot of fine line. I do huge back pieces is what I really like to do, you know.
How long does it take to do, this is beautiful. How long does it take to do a back piece?
The one that just showed with like the girl's face, the whole back, we're like 3 sessions, probably 15, 16 hours in.
Total?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the pain.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
the
numbing cream
pain.
is a big thing these days, so.
What is a big thing?
Numbing cream.
Numbing cream. Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. Bring
It's
me
like
3
lidocaine.
tubes. We just put it
Right,
all.
right.
Slather it on me.
That's it.
So what has been one of your most memorable or meaningful tattoo projects? Can you tell us the story behind it?
I don't know about a project. I know a place would be like Alaska. I tattooed in Alaska last year.
Really?
And without tattooing, I probably would have never went to Alaska. You
know
know what I mean?
I feel you on
So
that.
it was pretty. It was way different over there. It was very clean, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, very, very clean.
Was
beautiful.
it very, very cold?
No, I went in May and it was like high 60s.
That is cold.
That
to
is
me.
cold.
No,
That's super cold.
but
That's all right.
you think Alaska like snow,
It's true, below
negative,
zero,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But even at 60, I'm freezing. I
And-
just want you to know.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's better than like 12 degrees, you know.
It is. It is. Between Alaska and I used to live in Canada, where
Okay.
it was just like
Right.
way below zero. So I
Yeah.
feel you on that. Tell us what's up next. As an artist, have you ever refused to do a tattoo because it conflicted with your personal beliefs or artistic standards?
I have one in particular story that like I'll just never forget, and it's probably the only thing that I've really ever denied. A guy came in my studio and he said, "I'm thinking about praying hands. You know, it's a very common tattoo." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, you know." And then he was like, "Yeah, you know, I just damn bad on my luck. So in the praying hands, I want bullet holes, and I wanted to say, God, thanks for nothing." And
What?
I said, "I don't know what you got going on, but I don't want to be a part of
I
it."
know that's right. I would have been like, oh my God.
So
too.
yeah, so I was like, you know, I just
He wanted praying hands with, oh my goodness.
it was
Listen,
crazy. I'll just never forget it, and that's probably like
And
one
we
of the
ain't gonna
only
never
times-
forget it, nor you. Y'all check out Ryan Pfeiffer. We're gonna take a short break. We will be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere, because we're gonna talk all about the VP and her choice. Woo! Come on. Hello, check mic 1 2, testing mic 1 2. Hey, hey, hey. Two.
Breaking news.
Sisaundra Show. It's now time for breaking news. Today, we're covering a range of important topics. Vice President Kamala Harris's nomination and her controversial running mate choice, the Supreme Court's decision on Donald Trump's sentencing, rising tensions between Iran and Israel, and the recent plunge in the stock market. And of course, we can't forget, y'all, the impact of Hurricane Debbie. Joining us to discuss the breaking news is the one and only Mr. Russell Drake. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for joining me. We are honored to have you. Please have a seat. Yes. So the last time that we were together, we were talking about, of course, politics.
Yes.
And we took a short break and came back, and it's so much going on the political scene that we want to dive in with you. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So what are your thoughts on Vice President Kamala Harris securing the Democratic nomination and choosing amid the controversy?
Yes, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the nation to get a vibrant black woman in as president, black woman
Yes.
in as the president of the United States. I think it's going to be excellent. She's re-energized so many people. I know specifically in the state of Florida, over 10,000 people have said they're ready to volunteer.
Yes.
And that's only in 10 days.
In 10 days. That's amazing.
Yes.
And so she just chose her running mate for vice president.
Yes, she did.
What do you think about her choice?
I think she made the perfect choice. This is a choice I've been telling people for the last 2 weeks. People were looking in other states, but I think she looked for what the nation's really about. Somebody who's familiar with children, somebody who's familiar with families, somebody who's worked their way up, somebody who's not necessarily a career politician. The governor got into office, let's see, he started in Congress.
Yes.
He did 6 terms in Congress. Every term is 2 years. That's
Correct. So he's spent 12 years. Mm-hmm.
Then he's been the governor for 1 term and a half. Mm-hmm. So that's only 6 years. At 42 years old, he got into there. Prior to then, he was an educator.
Yes.
Taught in high school, taught in elementary school, and was also a coach. He can relate to so many people across the nation.
And a veteran.
Yes, and of course, served the country nobly, bravely. So you can't get much better than Governor Walz.
I don't think so. Thank you so much for saying that.
Absolutely.
Did you see what former President Trump said about her choice?
I mean, he says the same thing about everything.
Let's check this out. So he says, just like Kamala Harris, Tim Walz is a dangerously liberal extremist, and the Harris-Walz California dream is every American's nightmare. Oh, and check this one out. The next one says, come on. Tim Walz is a guy who wants to take children away from their parents if their parents don't agree to do sex changes and the school wants to. This comes from J.D. Vance. So between Trump and his vice president running mate, this is what they have to say about her choice. And yet it seems like it's such a wonderful choice because he did teach school. He served our country. He was a football coach. He served in Congress. What hasn't he done? Everything that he's done, she did not meet him before is what we have found out. She didn't know him before, but when they got together, it really clicked because a lot of the policies and things that he's put in place in his state as governor, she wants to do that as president.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. How do you think the Supreme Court's decision to reject delaying former President Donald Trump's hush money sentencing until after the election will impact his campaign?
Yeah, first I have to give them credit for doing their job for a change. They did their job. They did the right thing. It's gonna impact his campaign depending on what the sentencing is overall. I know his legion of followers are not going to be shaken. He's going to have the same followers.
Yes.
The people who are on the fence are going to look at him a little more sideways, especially in how he responds. He's never going to take responsibility. He's going to say he's the victim despite being convicted on 34 consecutive accounts. It's one thing to be 1, 2, 10, 21, 34 accounts. That's just saying something. So it's going to impact overall. I think he's going to take a tough defeat in November, and we don't know. He probably won't accept that either, will he?
Time will tell. They didn't accept the last one so well. But given the recent meeting between President Biden and his national security team, how significant do you think the threat of an Iranian retaliatory attack on Israel is, especially after the assassination of the Hamas leader?
That's a very, very interesting question. I don't think it's as big a concern as we're making it out to be. I think President Biden is taking the proper steps in a meeting and being prepared for anything. I think if it were the other way around and there was some attack that happened in Israel, they definitely would be striking back. I think Iran's gonna be upset and they're gonna look at things, and I mean, Hamas is a terrorist organization.
It is.
And so it's not, it wasn't directed towards them as the nation. It was taken out of somebody that's caused terror against people all over that region.
Ooh, so I know the presidency is wrapping up for Biden, and this might be something that will fall into the hands of the new president, which may be President Kamala. How would she handle something like this as soon as she's going into office?
Yeah, she handles it with the advisors she has around her.
That's true.
She handles it. She's got a very capable Secretary of State that she, right now, as well as whoever she puts in there. She has a lot of people around her to advise her that are very skilled and experienced. So I think she's going to be able to handle it well. She's been the vice president for 4 years. I think she's done really well. So many people have said, well, I haven't seen her here, but I don't think anybody in here or watching can tell you what any vice president has done in the last 40 years while they were in office. For some of them, we don't even know their names anymore. They could walk in here right now and it'll be like, do I know you?
It's so true. It's so true. But people do ask, well, what has she been doing? Where has she been? She's been doing her job.
That's it.
She's been doing her job.
That's it.
But the president is up front handling things, and who knows what he's got her handling as the VP, you know, behind closed doors. So what implications, this is another question we have for you. What implications might the wipeout of over $1.93 trillion from the U.S. stock market have on the economy, and how should policymakers respond to this fallout?
Well, it's actually gotten up to probably around $3 trillion.
Already?
Or more already.
What is going on?
It's going to get worse before it gets better. And it's a lot to analyze. Everybody's going to point in every different direction. They're going to say, it's your fault, it's not my issue. The big companies are losing money, and they're the ones who lose the most money. We lose some money if we're invested, but they lose huge amounts. I think we have to look at it as it's an opportunity for some people. So if some people have some cash that they were holding on to, if you had some CDs somewhere, you may want to look into some things and maybe some opportunities to make a come up.
Really? To go ahead and invest right now while it's down?
Absolutely. And now, don't go in blind. There are a lot of experts that you can contact.
Please contact
We don't want you to go out there by yourself and say, hey, let me just throw $10,000 out. We prefer for you to put that behind the Sisaundra Show, because we know it will be used very, very responsibly.
I love you for that. That was so good. So let's talk about this hurricane that's just been dominating us off from the Gulf to the Atlantic in the last few days. As Hurricane Debbie affects our communities, I want to take a moment to express our deepest concerns and solidarity with all those that have been or are going to be impacted by this storm. If you're watching this, please know that our thoughts are with you and your loved ones during this very challenging time. We want you to stay safe. Please follow the guidelines. If they say leave, get out, and don't hesitate to seek help if needed. How did you and your family do this weekend with Hurricane Debbie?
I was blessed. I almost didn't know it was here, so I'm blessed.
Oh, wow. That's
I'm
very
blessed. And I live just south of downtown Orlando. Just got a little bit of rain, which the grass needed, but definitely am very sensitive and have those in prayer that are affected. I mean, people all the way up to Jacksonville, Tallahassee,
in
Georgia, in South Carolina. There are a lot of places where people are impacted, and prayers go out to them. As actually, I talked with my friend Dr. Anderson from my hometown of Gary earlier today, and it's like so much can happen outside of our space and bubble that we're unaware of.
So true.
And we go on like it's business as usual, but other people are literally hanging on to survive.
Correct.
Their lives are changed forever.
They're affected, impacted.
Yes. I'm telling you, it's incumbent upon our elected officials have to band together and act swiftly to help these people, because they're going to need all the help they can get.
Most definitely. I do want to say our governor immediately declared a state of emergency for the state of Florida, and I think that helped us prepare for what could have happened to us. And for everyone who's sitting around or waiting on this storm to pass, we are so praying that you will not be impacted that deeply. But we see from the winds and the rain how much it's just battering the places that it's touching. So y'all, please stay inside, be careful, and thank you so much for joining us today. Again, Mr. Drake, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your insight on politics and what's happening, and we look forward to seeing you back here again. Y'all, don't go nowhere. We have Point of View coming up next for the culture. Would you please get us
We out of here. Thank you so much for coming by. All right, everybody, you know what to do. Here we go. Here we go. Just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen, because we've got so much more exclusive content for you at home right here, only on the Sisaundra Show. We want to start by thanking you for coming and hanging with us right here on the beautiful Omarosa set. And thanks so much for hanging out with us and our amazing guests. I want to remind you we are currently streaming on now. So until next time, love one another and stay beautiful. And we'll be right here